我今年22岁。
你有男朋友吗？
Do you have a boyfriend? Yeah.
So this makes use of 4 different AI models. The first is the speech recognition. So whenever you're talking to the microphone, it recognizes what you're saying and translates it into text. That is running directly on the device. Then the text gets sent to a large language model, which creates a text response for it, and we use Nvidia audio to face miming model to do the facial animation. In reality, what that means is that you can walk up to some of these characters and have a conversation.
Is there anything I could assist you with?
So each character in this tech demo is set up with a certain backstory, so they know what their role is in the game, they know what they should talk about and what their responsibilities are.
Please stop bothering me. Speak to the front desk if you're so desperate.
So his character is set up to be very dismissive and give like these short, very harsh responses, but by having certain dialogue with him, it can actually change the motivation of the character and their personality traits dynamically.
You can see the motivations of the character, the flaws. It also says how he speaks, so he tends to give quick-witted, comical, and 1-2 sentence responses. Or you could have set up example dialogue, and then he will talk in a way similar to those dialogues. Then you can set up his voice. So either you can choose from a list of pre-existing voices that we made, or you can record your own.
It's still going through the same system, so it still uses text-to-speech and audio-to-face to do the animation. So it's very easy to still blend scripted dialogue and like traditional cutscene animations with the fully dynamic LLM-driven conversations. You know, it's very fluid and you can have these highly dynamic conversations, but it's also still guided in a way that you can progress through a story or complete certain quests and that way still play through a game story, but in a much more customized and individualized way.
So Project G-Assist is our kind of exploration into gaming assistants. So assistants that can help you understand or look up information about a game, or actually help assist you with performance issues or tuning your PC. What we did is we actually built a couple of computer vision models. One is OCR based that scrapes all the text on the screen to be able to collect that context of what's there. And then a YOLO based vision model that actually does image recognition to be able to see the different dinosaurs and other elements and icons within the game. What dinosaur is that? So the query will go in, take a look.
Dinosaur is it's very likely a triceratops.
Do I have all the items I need to be able to tame a triceratops?
Yes, you have the necessary items to tame a triceratops. You have a bow for tranquilizer arrow.
Excellent. Can you optimize my system for maximum power efficiency, but keep me at least 55 frames a second?
So this is another ACE demo that we did in partnership with Perfect World.
Hello, my name is Yumi. How can I help you today?
This model that we're using here is actually bilingual. So she speaks both English and Mandarin Chinese. So if you want to say something in Mandarin to her, then she will respond, and she can even mix Mandarin and English together.
你有男朋友吗？
抱歉，我无法回答关于个人生活的问题。
You could have something like this as an AI assistant. That's exactly kind of the use cases that we're exploring now. And generally, any hardware that can run an Unreal Engine game can run the models as well.
So you're probably familiar with ChatGPT, which runs in the cloud. There are language models now that are small enough to run locally on your PC. But one of the limitations of these models, they're pre-trained, is that they only know about the data that they were trained on. They don't know about any events that happened after the training was done, and they certainly don't know about any data that you have stored on your local PC. Let's just see what the default behavior of the model is. So if we ask Llama 2 a question about a recent GeForce News announcement, all of this is completely wrong. It's hallucinated. And the reason why is that the GeForce News announcement happened after Llama 2 is trained, so it doesn't have access to that data. Now, if we take the same model and we point it to a folder that has a bunch of recent GeForce News articles and run the same query, it comes back with a response that's accurate, it's succinct, and it's very fast because it's all running locally on the RTX PC.
When does my new job start?
So then it's going to come back with the answer. It also provides a link to the file where it found the information so you can go view it in context. Let's say I'm creating a scrapbook with lots of pictures of all the hiking adventures that we went on. This is an easy way to find those. These are just the top matches that you can click through to see all of the photos that it matched. This didn't require anybody to go through and tag these. That was done automatically by the clip model as it was loading them into the vector database. So this is RTX Remix. It's a tool for game modders that allows them to remaster classic games and bring them into the RTX world. As an example of how to use this toolkit, we've actually connected Remix to Comfy UI. This enables modders to remaster content by just using a text prompt. So here we've taken a texture from Portal, pulling it into Comfy UI. We have a steampunk themed prompt here, and it's going to use that to generate a new texture, then use AI to upscale the texture and to generate all the different maps that you need to do physically based material creation. And so the connection to Comfy UI plus open sourcing all the components is going to give modders many more opportunities and capabilities that they can use in the game remastering process.
Let's start with the VSR and HDR. So off, it's kind of muddy and a little bit soft appearance overall. When I turn it on, you get clarity in all the details here. It reconstructs those. It enables you to take lower quality video or artifacted video and then upscale them using AI from 1080p to 4K or 480p to 1080p, for example. By applying also an AI effect, we can change it from SDR to HDR. What it does is it boosts the peak highlights, it expands the color space from 8-bit to 10-bit. So you can turn that off again to see what it looks like before and then after. Very hard to go back after you experience it because it just looks right now. We're working with DaVinci Resolve in order to integrate this same technology into their video editing software. So they'll be soon releasing as part of their beta release RTX VSR as part of the video editor, as well as RTX HDR, so that you can do that conversion. So now you can take those videos, you can process them in DaVinci Resolve, and then you can view them on any device and get the same benefits. So CapCut is another video editing software. This time focusing more on accessibility of effects and time to process. So in this case we have a social media influencer named PikaGen, and she wants to use CapCut in order to export her videos faster. If you're a social media influencer, your time to upload is crucial. And what it is able to take advantage of our 4080 or 4090 laptop GPUs or 4070 Ti higher desktop GPUs with dual encode to basically reduce the encode time by half. You can see in the test manager that it's taking advantage of the dual encode in the laptop GPU in order to boost the processing time of this. So it's able to take, in this case, a 1-minute clip and process it in about 30 seconds.
So desktop gaming, enthusiast gaming, it's very much sort of become this big case, big GPU sort of experience. But the reality is that a lot of people like small faces. A lot of people like small form factor. It's not necessarily an easy place to find the answers as to what works with what. And so with this set of guidelines that we've come out with for SFF ready enthusiast products, what we want to do is make it easier for people to choose an enthusiast GPU, so 4070 or greater, choose a small form factor case, and know that it's just going to work. And so what is it? It's a guideline for size. So it's the size of the GPU itself, as well as the Power Connect. It's not like a sticker, it's not a branding program or anything like that. It's you know, a set of guidelines. So 9 PM tonight, we're releasing the second beta of Nvidia app. Software package designed to replace GeForce Experience and to bring a lot of the control panel functions in as well. So it means that you can just get a much better quality image being ingested into the streamer. The other thing we've added is performance tuning. And so what performance tuning does is you're able to kind of turn it on, it'll run a bunch of like internal validation tools and tests, and it will basically squeeze the best performance out of your GPU in a kind of stable way. So it's a really kind of bulletproof, easy way to just get the most out of your silicon.
Topaz is really known for pushing the state-of-the-art in AI enhancements to photos and to videos. In this case, I have an old photo that I have from my wedding where it was taken indoors, and it was introduced a lot of noise from basically having to push the ISO very high. Topaz Photo AI automatically uses an AI process to do the denoising of that. And then in addition to that, they have now integrated a new generative AI capability called Remove that runs on the local hardware in the PC. So in this case, I have this chair here that's obscuring some of my wife's beautiful dress, right? I'm able to remove that chair and you can see the before and after result of that. So this is a really great app that you can use for benchmarking of generative AI capability that should connect well with your audiences.